My name is Sinclair Fleming, CEO of P3 Paper Plastic Products. Every Wednesday, I answer real business questions that come in through WhatsApp from operators, founders, executives dealing with real decisions. No theory, no motivation, just actually how this works in real business life. If you're building, scaling, trying to avoid expensive mistakes, this series is for you. Now let's get into today's questions. So the question is, as the leader of the business, which section should you concentrate on the most? So as the CEO, the three things you're most responsible for is company culture, recruitment, profitability, and growth. So in terms of recruitment, you always need to be looking for new and available talent. And sometimes when they're not available, you get them from places where they want to be. But the goal is to have a team, a congruent team that you could trust to execute tasks to make sure the team can grow without bottlenecks. You don't want to always have to come back to the CEO for approval or whatever the case may be. You want to be able to move forward. Also, the company culture is very important. No matter what happens, a salesperson can be selling everything out of the business and they just have a bad attitude and it's causing your other people to leave. You need to get rid of that cancer immediately. The company culture is more important than short-term gain. And obviously, profitability and growth. You need to be looking into how to find new areas, new verticals, new ideas, or developing the ones you already have, right? Seeing where wastage is, cutting it in half, doing different things like this. So definitely growth and profitability. Profit, not revenue, profit. Company culture, making sure all your people set, making sure you understand what motivates who and if you can help. And 3, recruitment, getting new talent into the business at all times. So the question is, how do you ease tension between employees on the company grounds without it have anything to do with the company itself? Like they're having an issue between each other. That is very difficult. One of the things you need to do is assess how it affects the company. Is it a romantic relationship? Is it a situation where someone has loaned someone money and it's become contentious? Is it a situation where someone just had bad words to say, or is it a misunderstanding and you can get involved in? A lot of the time, sometimes what you can do is just don't address it at all. You monitor the situation and you allow them to come to a conclusion or a beneficial agreement between the two. If this is not happening, you determine which departments are they in, right? Is these people that don't need to be close to each other so the problem will not get worse, or is it a situation where they have to face each other every day and the work is being slowed because they don't want to speak with each other or they don't want to communicate with each other even in a work presence or tense. And if it's a situation where they blame the company for allowing it to happen, but really and truly it was their own decisions that allowed it, you can start to do some trainings. You could individually interview them to see what's happening. And then you have to make a decision. If the situation is untenable between both of them, then you have to sit with the managers or the executive leading body and decide who's more important to the company at this point. At that point, you should be doing SOPs, procedures, HR stuff that this never happens again. But certain things that people do are very disrespectful. Certain things people do are non-starters. It's according to your company culture and what you like for your company. Maybe it's a family-oriented company. Maybe it's an adult company. I don't know. But if it's beyond your guidelines and it's some kind of line that was crossed and each other cannot face it, you have to either let someone go, suspend someone, move them to a different department, separate them in some way, shape, or form, and then try to audit what it is after. But it's very difficult to ease tensions that has nothing to do with the work itself, because it's people's emotional state. I always tell people, don't let the emotions supersede the intelligence. But it happens at times. And as the owner, supervisor, boss, operations manager, whatever you find yourself in, if you're in charge of people, you have to manage emotions and feelings. If you have a question you want covered, send it in. You can WhatsApp it to the number on the screen or message it through iMessage, Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you're watching this. The more detailed the questions, the better. My name is Sinclair Fleming. Now, go take action. I'll see you next Wednesday.